Let's talk about Yellowjackets season 3 episode 7, which is undoubtedly going to be my most anticipated episode of the whole series right now, right? Because what the hell just happened in episode 6? So we watched it at South by Southwest and I recorded a whole video talking about it. And by the way, I apologize for that audio. It is horrible. I just realized it, but I was recording on a mic I don't usually use and I was trying to record right before I had to head out for the day. So I was like trying to rush that video. I'm sorry about that, y'all, but we are definitely getting back into some good audio here. So in the previous episode, a lot of things happened. Coach Ben had been pleading Natalie to take him out of his misery, basically. Natalie had been refusing, but after seeing Coach be forcefully fed, it kind of was a turning point for Natalie and she killed him and everybody got pissed. Everybody was pissed about this, but some people weren't as pissed. Some people thought that this was the humane thing to do, but in turn of all of these events, because of course the visions that Aquila had showed Coach as being their bridge to civilization, everybody was like, you know what, Natalie shouldn't have done this. This was a group decision and she went ahead and did it. And of course this meant that Natalie now has to step down as the queen, and we see Lottie appoint Shauna as the queen. Her first order of business was for Natalie to cook the dinner. So Coach was dinner, Natalie had to prepare Coach. And we saw this happen here, right? Back in the adults, we saw that they listened to the tape that Shauna had gotten, and it is from the wilderness, and they don't know how anybody could get this tape or send it to them. As they said, anybody who knows about this is either dead or one of us. So a lot of things happening there. But let's get into what we think is happening in the next episode, because the finale of episode 6 showcased there were some hikers in the woods and they come across the Yellowjackets, and that's good news, right? Yes, we're saved. The rescuers are coming. The cavalry is here and back home. But wait, we have to remember it's still October. The Yellowjackets aren't going to be safe for a couple of months. Why on earth would these hikers not help them? Well, look around you. A head of a man is right there. Of course, that man being Coach, beheaded. They're hollering and they're cooking that man. So, of course, that meant the hikers are in for a rude awakening. So, in the episode trailer that we got for the next episode, y'all, we see that things are going to get a little bit messy between them all. We see Shauna at some point say that we shouldn't leave any witnesses and we can still be saved. So that's making me believe Shauna is for killing the hikers, potentially eating them after. And I think that that's going to showcase a lot of the other girls being like, I don't know if that's a good idea. We have a point in the trailer where Van is seemingly talking to Ty and saying that these people are our way home and kind of being conflicted about, do we kill these people and eat them and then hopefully we find a way back home, or do we just like face the music, go back home and see what happens from there, right? Like, I think that's going to be a big moral dilemma that girls are going to face in the next coming episodes, especially number 7. It looks like the hikers are terrified, but for the most part we don't see the male hiker a lot, just at the beginning when he's looking at them at night, but we do see the female hiker there. So I wonder if he tried to run away to go get help or whatever the case may be and he left her there, or maybe she ran as well and got lost and then the Yellowjackets caught up to them. Who knows? But it looks like things are really gonna get messy here, and I'm ready to see how this is all gonna turn out for all of them, because this is really starting to come together, right? Like, I was like complaining episode 5, it's kind of going a little bit slow here and there, but I think that it was great to set up a lot of things up. So just from all of that we have to also remember in the adult timeline, we still don't know who killed Lottie. It is a big mystery right now, right? So we'll go back to the teenagers in a bit. Of course, the big twist, the biggest thing that happened this season prior to the hiker showing up in the past is that in the present, Lottie is dead and seemingly got murdered. And there's a lot of finger pointing going on now. Walter is on the case and he's trying to figure it out. Misty and Shauna as well. But some of the suspects we have are Shauna and we have Ty, because it seems that evil Ty has taken over Ty, and it was so ever present in this latest episode when the good Ty was trying to come out and tell Ban to help her. Of course, evil Ty brought it all right back. So who killed Lottie? I'm still going to say it was evil Ty just because she wants to give the wilderness a sacrifice. I think Shauna was with Lottie that day and her DNA is going to come up as hers. We do see that Misty sends the DNA sample that she retrieved from Lottie to Walter, and I'm pretty sure Walter is going to point it back to Shauna and be the one to say it was Shauna. So I'm curious how that's going to work out, because that doesn't prove anything, right? It doesn't prove that Shauna killed Lottie. It just proves that Shauna was with Lottie that day, which I'm pretty sure she might have been and telling her to back off from Cal. Of course, Shauna's pissed off that Lottie would put Jackie's necklace on Cal, as that usually went on to the next sacrifice. And I think it's going to be a very, very crucial moment for Shauna as well. But why do I think that Walter is going to be a lot bigger problem in the upcoming episodes? Let me get to that in a bit. Let's just wrap up the present timeline. So who sent this tape? So that is the biggest question here. Now, I'm going to ask the question we're all asking, right? Hilary Swank, when? Because it's been about more than halfway through the season. No sign of her at all. I'm just wondering if they're going to be in the next 3 or 4 episodes, because I really doubt they're going to be in the next one. I feel like that would have been teased already. I do believe they might be in the last 2 episodes for sure. But who is Hilary Swank playing? Who is she? So I go by my theory that I've had since the beginning is that Hilary Swank is playing Melissa. And Melissa becomes a very big character because she is very attached to Shauna in the teenage years. And I feel like she maybe went her separate ways when they got rescued. And now seeing Shauna come back up, because I feel like what happened in Lottie's compound maybe made news or something like that. Local, whatever it may be, newspaper. But it made news, and that made Melissa realize Shauna's out there and go back to her. Maybe that's why she hadn't really gone looking for Shauna just yet. And I think that she has these tapes that they have, but where did this tape come from? How was somebody able to record what happened in the wilderness? Well, a big theory is that in the past, the hikers are actually like bird watchers, and they have this equipment to record things. And the Yellowjackets come across this, and maybe some of them kept some of the tapes. Another theory I have is maybe Misty kept some of these tapes, and maybe they got mishandled or whatnot, and somebody else took hold of them. But who could that be? So this would be the other theory. If it's not Melissa sending out this tape, if it's not Hilary Swank's character of Melissa, who I think that's who she's playing it. I'm not saying 100% she's Melissa, right? But if it's not Melissa, then who else would get these tapes and send them out to Yellowjackets? And that comes to a theory that I came across last week, is that Walter would be the one to get these tapes and is trying to get revenge on the Yellowjackets. But why? Why would Walter do this? So this is going into uncharted territory. This is just series. We're just having fun, trying to figure out what's going on here. But what if Walter is the son of the bird watchers and he found out what happened to them after meeting Misty and the Yellowjackets and all of that? Maybe even before that, he kind of deduced where they were, and that's the reason he comes across Misty, right? It wasn't accidental. It wasn't a whole thing like that. Maybe it's been a big plan of Walter, and he's been sort of being uplifted as the big antagonist to them, and he's just trying to get retribution for what they did to his parents, because I don't think the hikers are coming out of this alive. There's just no way that the girls are going to allow this, especially them seeing what happened to Coach, and nobody else knows what happened out there. How would they ever have gone back to civilization and not say this, right? These hikers are dead. I'm just curious to see how that's going to happen though, and if it's going to be something ruthless or an accident or all of that. So I think that we are definitely going to start seeing things pick up a lot. And my theory is going that Walter could have a hand in this, or it's going to be Hilary Swank's character, who maybe is the daughter of the bird watchers if she isn't the character of Melissa. Like, that's the only thing I can think of is going on here that's going to tie it all together with the bird watchers, the tape, the past, and the present going hand in hand right now. And do we find out who killed Lottie this episode? Probably not. This season? Probably not. I really feel they're going to linger this question into the next season, and I'm curious if they're still doing 2 more seasons or 1 more season, because we're months away from the girls getting saved. And in the present timeline, it looks like they're about to hit a wall pretty soon where like everything seems to be like getting solved. I just don't see how much more they can run with it. I'm curious though, if they can go on, I'll be here, I'll be watching, and I'll be talking about it like always. But let me know what you think, who the bird watchers are. Do you think they're going to be that more important in the present as well? And do you think Hilary Swank's characters is tied to them? What do you think about the theory that Walter is one of the bird watchers' kids, and maybe that's one of the reasons that he may be trying to get back at the Yellowjackets, and he's the one that sent out these tapes and has been stalking Shauna this whole time and wants to sort of pinpoint the murder to her in order for her to like pay. So let me know all of that in the comments down below. And as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, less than 2,000 to get to that. We're going to be watching a couple movies this week, but I do have my South by Southwest reviews still coming your way, so stay tuned for that. I'll be uploading a little vlog as well that should be pretty fun, so stay tuned. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive, y'all.